Tonight it is 16 degrees and it's only getting colder. I'm going to be making a run to help the people out that are living on the street. See what we got. We got some cold bread. We got a bunch of salt and pepper. Salt is really important. When you're on the street and you go to some of the soup kitchens, they give you like a salt substitute, and that is not iodized salt. And you need iodine to function properly. And your thyroid gland needs this really important nutrient. Oh, hey, check it out. Syrup. Got a whole bunch of these syrup packets. These are good for bread. You know, sometimes you want like a little bit of sweet bread, right? Oh, man. And another fantastic, humongous donation from a bagel place of these fantastic bagels. We got different kinds here. There's a poppy seed, and that looks like some kind of, I don't know, pumpernickel or something. Plain bagel, all kinds of bagels. Tons of bagels down here. And for the bagels this time, since it's so oh, sorry. Ooh, I'm going upside down here. So freezing cold. People need some fat on them. So we've got cream cheese. And we got sticks of butter. We got big loaves of bread type deals. Big ones. I'm going to have everybody share. Oh, there's going to be candles. Let's see what we got for some candles. I made a bunch of candles. These cost like pennies. If you can get some jars on sale, like at Hobby Lobby or something, then you can make the candle jars. Or you can just get jelly jars or peanut butter jars or anything that won't burn. You can melt the wax in. So here's one of them. This is a light purple candle. Isn't that cool? You can still see some of the wax on it. You know it's homemade. That's one of the favorite things everybody likes the best. I think I got some knives. Oh yeah, I did. I got some plastic knives because it's best to do that, right? Now for a special treat tonight. Special treat. I know that not oftentimes people get to have popcorn. Check it out. So I got bags and bags of popcorn donated. Bags and bags and bags of popcorn. So I'm thinking tonight, with all the stuff that's here, gonna be able to feed approximately probably 35 people. Probably at least 35 people. That'll be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, it's at 16 on the thermometer here, but I know it's a lot colder than that. Now you might ask yourself, what can I do to help people? I'm like nobody, and I can't afford to do this. You have to remember, I'm getting things donated from corporations. These are corporations that are going to throw the stuff out at the end of the night anyway. And if you talk to them, and you have a population of people that happen to be homeless, or let's say you got a bunch of stuff you're going to toss out to Goodwill, like blankets, go down the street, and if you see somebody standing on the corner freezing out there, even people who live in hotels, sometimes, you know, they can only afford it for a short period of time, and then they're back on the street once the Social Security check runs out, because they don't have the money to put down for a deposit. So you give people blankets, give them a bottle of water, give them a Gatorade, an orange juice, anything to make their life more comfortable. I know a guy today asked me if I had just a little bit of change, and I said to him, I said, nope, I got something way better than change. And I gave him 4 candles. And he asked me, he said, oh, he said, I could sell these. And I said, oh, no. Don't sell them. I said, because you got it for free. You need to share it with people. And he said, oh, okay, I promise I will. I'll share it. And then he said, can I trade? I said, oh, well, definitely trading is allowed. You can trade. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Because I said, here's the problem with asking for, if you tell one of your buds, like they say, hey, can I have one of them candles? And you're like, sure, $2. And then maybe next time you want something, and that person might say to you, well, yeah, sure, $3. You know what I mean? It benefits a person more to be known as a generous person and to share with others than to be greedy or stingy. Whatever. We're all here together on this world. Don't be greedy. Share with people that need it. You got more. We all got more than enough. And if you think like you have like a little tiny little apartment, that's a heck of a lot more than these poor people have. I know this one guy, I've known him for years, and he's a young person, and he's limping really, really bad, and I know why he's limping, because I'm positive he's got frostbite. He happens to have schizophrenia like my daughter does, and I've known this kid for years, and he really needs to go to the hospital, and I have a feeling he's going to be losing toes. He's definitely going to be losing toes. Oh, frostbite. It's not cool. Okay, I'm going to go out and do this, and then this is going to warm my heart. Gosh, Jazz baby, I love you so much. And your Papa Alex loves you too. He loves you so much, and he sees you growing big and strong. Okay? You remember that. Just because we ain't together does not mean he doesn't love you, okay, baby? All right, I will check back in a little bit. My buddy said, yeah, it's going to be -9. 9 or 7, I forgot what I said, but yeah, it's cold. It's really cold. He was so happy. He's going to share it with everybody, and I know he'll share it because that's just the kind of guy he is. I gave him a big old pack of lighters. And man, now he can bed down in his tent, and he doesn't have to get out in it and get hypothermia and like maybe get limbs, frostbite, get fingers and toes and stuff cut off. That guy is so cool. He used to be a businessman, and I met him when he was wearing like a suit and a tie, and schizophrenia, That's what did it. It took over. Schizophrenia took over. But I tell you what, he looks healthier now in these past, since 2005 or 2006 when I met him than he did when I first met him. So the sunshine and the fresh air and just being out has really helped him. So it was an extremely successful, happy night. I feel happy. The one guy, the kid's alive. That was really nice, and I don't want to cry right now, but I feel like I am going to cry because these kids are amazing. These guys are amazing. I don't care if they're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I still call them my kids. They're my little camp kids, and if any of the police officers in Colorado Springs are watching this, thank you for being so kind to people around here. Thank you especially for being kind to the people who happen to be homeless, and I really appreciate the way that you treat people here in Colorado. You treat them like decent human beings, and I love you guys for that. I love you, Jazz baby. And it was a good night. It was a good night. Yay. Oh man, that was crazy. Alright, so I heard it's going to be -7 tonight, and I just walked into a buddy. There was somebody I know that was sleeping on the trail. God, it was about a year. And I said, you better be off this trail by Friday. And you got better places to go to. So I ended up seeing that guy. I guess he took off to Montana and came back. And he said that 3 days ago he was praying. He was just praying for me to come around from somewhere. And he just couldn't believe it. He grabbed me and he gave me a big old hug. He was so happy. And I was like, what? I was like, I didn't even really recognize him because of my head injury. And then it started to come back to me. I was, oh, you're that kid. He looks like he's doing a lot better. Then there's another guy that I've known since like, 2006. And I gave him the mother load of the cream cheese and the bagels and all that stuff, and he's gonna carry it to his camp. And the funny thing about it was that I saw another guy that had a long beard and it looked sort of like him, because I don't have the facial recall. The other guy, 2 police cars were behind him, and I said, oh, the police are here. And he goes, yeah, they're always bothering me. And it's because I think he stole a bunch of stuff from Walmart, but I'm not sure. So I said to the police, do you mind if I just give him some bagels and green cheese real quick? And they said, no, that's fine. And then they told me, you're looking for so-and-so, my friend. And I said, yeah. And they told me exactly where his camp was, and they were smiling really big. And so they let me give that one guy the cream cheese, even though they were searching him for stolen goods. My buddy said, yeah, it's going to be -9. 9 or 7, I forgot what I said. But yeah, it's cold. It's really cold. He was so happy. He's going to share it with everybody. And I know he'll share it because that's just the kind of guy he is. I gave him a big old pack of lighters. And man, now he can bed down in his tent and he doesn't have to get out and get hypothermia and like maybe get limbs, frostbite, get fingers and toes and stuff cut off. That guy is so cool. He used to be a businessman, and I met him when he was wearing like a suit and a tie, and schizophrenia. That's what did it. It took over. Schizophrenia took over. But I tell you what, he looks healthier now. The sunshine and the fresh air and just being out has really helped him. Extremely successful, happy night. I feel happy. The one guy, the kid's alive. That was really nice, and I don't want to cry right now, but I feel like I am going to cry because these kids are amazing. These guys are amazing. I don't care if they're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I still call them my kids. They're my little camp kids. And if any of the police officers in Colorado Springs are watching this, thank you for being so kind to people around here. Thank you especially for being kind to the people who happen to be homeless. And I really appreciate the way that you treat people here in Colorado. You treat them like decent human beings. And I love you guys for that. I love you, Jazz baby. And it was a good night. It was a good night. Yay.